Hello everyone. In this lesson, you will learn how to add and subtract rational expressions with unlike monomial denominators. So notice, do not go too low on the LCD, and also all denominators must fit into the LCD. Okay, so keeping this in mind, the plan is going to be for today. Number one, decide the LCD ahead of time. Okay, before you start doing anything with the problem or try to add or subtract the rational expressions. And step number two, make each denominator match the LCD by multiplying each fraction times 1 and whatever that needs to be. Okay. And then step number three, now the problem is just like the ones on the previous lesson on this packet, with the exception of not many of these will factor and reduce at the end. So let's start with number one. So for number one, determine the LCD first. So this has an x squared, this has an x. So this is the highest, so that means this one should be also x squared. So then the LCD is x squared, that's step number one. Then we are going to multiply by 1, okay? Because I hope you understand and remember that x over x is the same as 1. So we're just using number 1 in such a way that it helps us work out this problem. So then this means that we have 7 times x is 7x, and then this will be now over x squared, plus we didn't have to do anything to this term or this rational expression, so 2 over x squared. Since they have the same denominator, then we can just combine the numerators. So the numerators is 7x plus 2 over x squared. Don't forget, we have a variable in the denominator, so then state the restriction on x. In this case, x cannot be equal to 0 because that will make this problem undefined. Okay, all right, example number 2. So for example number 2, the LCD, this has 10x and this one is 3x. So the LCD for this one will be 3, so we'll multiply this one times 10 and this one times 3, so the LCD has to be 30x. Okay, so once we know the LCD, then we know that this one is missing the 30, so we need to multiply this by 3. So then I'm going to do this here, multiply this by 3 over 3. Okay, this one's a 3, but we need a 30, so then we multiply this one by 10 over 10, which again is the number 1. Okay, so then distributing 3 times 3x, that's equal to 9x. 3 times 4, that's 12 over, now this becomes 30x, plus 10 times 8x, that's 80x, and 10 times negative 1, that's minus 10 over 30x. Now, since we have the same denominator, then let's combine like terms. So for this one here, 9x plus 80x combined to 89x, and 12 and negative 10 combined to positive 2, and then over 30x. And as you can see, these do not simplify, so that means we are done. And the last thing we need to do is state the restriction on the value of x, and in this case x cannot be equal to 0. So this is the answer along with the restriction on the variable. Okay, last example. So then for this one, we see that this has 3x and this one is 4x squared. So 3 and 4, the highest we can go. Okay, remember we have to go we can't go too low, so we can't keep 3, we can't keep 4. So then what we can do is we can multiply these two together, 3 and 4. So we know there's going to be a 12 involved. And then this has x, this has x squared. So then the LCD should be 12x squared. So then I'm going to multiply. This one here needs a 12 instead of a 3. So multiply numerator and denominator by 4, and this one doesn't have the x squared, so then multiply by 4x over 4x, which again is 1. And this one does not have the 12 that we need, so then multiply numerator and denominator by 3 and not x, because this one has the x squared. Okay, so then for this one here, distributing 4x times x is 4x squared, 4x times 1 plus 4x over 4x times 3x, 12x squared, minus 3 times 2x, that's 6x, and 3 times 7, that's 21, over 3 times 4x squared becomes 12x squared. So as you can see, we have the same denominator now. And there is something here that you must remember. Since this is minus, right? So it's like distributing the negative 1. So this 6x changes to negative 6x. And this plus 21 changes to negative 21 once we distribute this negative 1 implied to this problem. So then this is equal to, we have 4x squared plus 4x minus 6x minus 21. All of it over 12x squared. Now from here, combine like terms. So we have 4x squared, we can't combine with anything. So just leave that as 4x squared. And 4x minus 6x, that's minus 2x. And then minus 21. All of this over 12x squared. And in this case, there's nothing else we can do. We can't simplify at all. Okay, so then the last step, the last thing we need to say is the restriction of the value of x, and that is that x cannot be equal to 0, because that will make this undefined. So this is the answer to the last example. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.